American authorities now say the war between Israel and Hamas is inspiring hate crimes here at home. FBI Director Christopher Wray warned Congress yesterday about a potential for U.S.-based terror attacks. But he said there was no indication Hamas intends to actually hit this country. The warning comes days after social media posts surfaced threatening violence against Jewish students at Cornell University, in which federal authorities have arrested and charged a 21-year-old student who will be in court later today.
The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level.
The Biden administration has unveiled new actions to combat anti-Semitism on college campuses. It includes partnering with campus law enforcement to track hate-related threats and provide federal resources to schools. Joining me now to talk more about what's happening on campuses around the nation, Robert Hendlish, the Vice President of Israel Education and Advocacy for the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. I want to dive in here. It's not just the Cornell incident that's concerning. You look at other incidents happening across the country. I know from covering stories that anti-Semitic incidents were already on the rise. Now, what I was reading in the FBI statistics, they're up nearly 400% since October 7th. What are we seeing here locally?
Well, Jamie, it's a scary time to be Jewish around the world. We've seen an increase in dangerous rhetoric against the Jewish community here in Los Angeles. We've seen assaults and vandalism, and our Jewish students are feeling scared. And the rhetoric of saying Palestine will be free from the river to the sea hits at the Jewish core because Israel's center to the Jewish identity and the Jewish experience. So right now, Jewish students are feeling afraid, but this is where our work at the Jewish Federation is so crucial to tell our students they're not alone, that we're here to support them and to build a community and a network of Jewish student leaders all around Los Angeles to ensure that their voices are heard and their experience matters, their feelings are validated, and we're going to do everything in our power to ensure that those students are feeling safe on campus.
You know, I've heard people talk about this, and I'm just curious your thoughts. There's so many students I know who have come out and said, you know, during other social justice movements, many campuses came out and immediately condemned and said, we'll have open dialogue about some of these things. What do you think is happening specifically that we're not hearing from the universities themselves condemn these types of acts?
Well, I know every campus is different, and some of the statements have been very vague. Some of the statements have helped the Jewish community really feel safe, that the rhetoric that is said right now against the Jewish community is condemned very, very strongly to help Jewish students feel safe. But this is, again, what the Campus Impact Network is all about, to help Jewish students feel empowered to tell their campus and their leaders on campus and their professors on campus that their feelings matter, that their voice matters, that the hope is that they understand the Jewish experience and be able to articulate that as well. And we try to empower the students to have community organizing, to understand how to do advocacy in the right way.
So let's talk a little bit more about the Campus Impact Network, because it is a resource that maybe some students aren't really aware of, and it can really be used to help address the rise of these anti-Semitic events.
Yeah, well, this is a new initiative that the Jewish Federation is creating to support Jewish students all over LA and Jewish professionals. You know, right now, Jewish professionals are incredibly overwhelmed, so much going on. And we want to play the role of filling the need right now to support Jewish students and Jewish professionals. So we're going to be running a lot of educational programs, providing resources for these students to ensure that their voice is heard on campus, that they feel safe on campus, and programming is done so people can understand a nuanced understanding of what's going on in the Middle East and Israel, and are feeling heard.
Yeah, it's important work and important information. Robert Hendlish, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.